Hey, everybody, this is Dr. Willie Jolly, and
This is Dee Taylor-Jolley.
now, for those who...
Are we going to love each other or kill each other?
For those who are first timers or new, we are the authors of the book, Make Love,
Make money.
Make It Last, 10 Secrets for Shaping a Great Marriage, available in hardcover book,
I say you got to have a sense of humor.
available in audio book,
Absolutely a sense of humor.
available with the workbook,
A real sense of humor in order to survive
and then the
and thrive.
and then the audio.
Do you want to tell them what you did?
2 CD audio live seminar, all available at Jolly
I think I'm
Marriage.
getting sniffles.
JollyMarriage.com with my sweet wife. So, want to welcome all of you who are joining us, and we hope you are ready for a wonderful show this evening. We want to talk about this quarantine through the coronavirus crisis, and it's not just impacting people in America, but we got friends and people who watch this around the world, and so many of them have also responded. I sent out, for those who are unaware, we've been quarantined. We've been here because the city is shut down for anything but food and emergency, and so we've been here.
He goes out.
So we've been here for almost 2 weeks.
I've been here.
For almost 2 weeks, and during that time,
He's been cycling.
I've been riding my bicycle through Rock Creek Park, and what I have also done is I created a music video for a song
He did do that.
I wanted to bless people with. That I woke up in the middle of the night and sat up straight in my bed and said, that song that I recorded quite a few years ago with Al Johnson, the great,
Who's deceased?
who he died 7 years ago. It's
7 years ago. Wow.
And he produced it along with John Stoddard, the great music producer and arranger. And I did a bunch of songs, and I remember that song, We'll Get Through This. And we did a version where we released it, and then my friend Jackie Gales Webb and a few other, Patrick Ellis, started playing it.
WHUR.
Yeah, and then today I just got the word that it's on Radio 1.
Oh, really?
They put it on the website, the video.
Okay.
So I created a video, a music video, here in my studio and sent it to a producer who sent it back to us. And when I saw it, it took my breath away, especially the ending part where the old man feeds his wife. That's what put...
87-year-old man feeds his 83-year-old wife.
Who was sick. And it blessed my heart. And so we put it out immediately and did a world premiere on Friday evening, and now people are gathering at it.
So how did they get it?
I was leading to the folks around the world who have seen it. That's how I know that we're having impact with people around the world who are saying, this has just had me in tears. I've played it over and over again.
So it's something that's hopeful, and it provides encouragement
help
for people.
and hope. So
because everything is depressing now. Every time you turn on, everything is depressing.
Amen. My friend Kenny J, watching, great Kenny J. We love Kenny J. He's my brother from another mother. He used to live with me, in fact, and part of the great group 98.6, which I'll be all telling y'all about soon with our music and how you can get 98.6 music. But the video is out, and you can get that at my YouTube channel. It's YouTube/Willie Jolly, and that's WILLIEJOLLEY. Or you can get it right at winwithwillie.com. You can go to winwithwillie.com and actually view it. Please do me a favor. Share it with any and everybody you know who needs encouragement.
And I think that's everybody.
Everybody. Right now we need everybody
Every
to
time
be
you
encouraged.
turn on the news, not unless you're watching Netflix, everything is depressing.
That's why I started my Saturdays at 10 o'clock. the Jolly Good News Report, which is only good news. Something good is going to be said. No, we're not focused on anything but good news. So join me on my jollygoodnews.org Facebook Live Saturday morning at 10. Now,
at 10 a.m. Eastern
time.
Okay.
So we can do the Jolly Good News Report. So I'm grateful for all of you who have made this part of your weekly routine, and I want to thank you.
Because you never know what he's going to say or do.
Okay, so here's where we're at now.
But tongue in cheek.
Tonight we're talking about being quarantined with your spouse.
Love them or kill them.
Love them or kill them. Are you going to love them or kill them?
You can love them and kill them.
So, and it was brought up for the fact that there's a statistic that has come out in China. Now, China was the first country to have the epidemic that became a pandemic, and people were quarantined. What they saw in China as a result of that were two statistics, startling statistics. The pregnancy rate went up.
And the divorce rate.
And the divorce rate went up.
So we don't know what's going to happen here yet because we're all still quarantined.
Yes, we are.
So we'll know by what?
And well, it's going to be April the 30th now is the new date that we're all going to be.
But we don't know about pregnancies and what will come.
We'll know in May and June.
To the end of the year.
Yeah, we'll see.
The births.
We'll see births and what I see. This is March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Woo! December and January. Bam, bam, bam. People
Quite a
gonna,
birthday month.
We're going to have a lot of new babies that are coming into the world.
Or more divorces, or more divorces.
Well,
maybe
yeah.
a combination of the two.
So we hope that there's going to be more babies. Okay. So anyway,
what's the challenge?
The challenge is that people have to learn how to love each other through these challenging times. So we want to tell you what we're doing. That's what we wanted to take a moment tonight to do. And before we do that, I'm going to let her go ahead.
We are so very different.
Let her get off her chest. What do
I have to get off my chest?
Go ahead. While I'm cracking up, we're starting this whole thing off because
he went out of the house today.
I went out of the house.
We are restricted.
Well, we're not restricted from getting food.
Carolina kitchen food.
We
have food in the house. Everything is planned.
I've been cooking. Okay, I've been cooking.
He has been cooking. Now, that's a good thing.
I'm never cooked. Well, when we first got married, I cooked.
Bless your heart.
My son said it was good chicken.
Your son loves his father.
My son said he loved my teriyaki chicken.
Your son loves his father.
But
bless his heart.
But I typically...
He tried. He stuck it under the broiler and it got burnt and all that kind of stuff. It was okay.
But over the last 20 years...
You have not cooked.
I have not cooked.
You really haven't had need in terms of being organized and having everything done. Sometimes I would cook enough for 2 or 3 days and always have interchangeable pieces.
Why wasn't I not cooking? Because I was busy.
Traveling.
I was traveling. I was busy making money. I was trying to build a business.
You did not have time to be in the kitchen.
I'm hustling, grinding, pushing, working 20 hours a day, 18 hours a day. Cooking was not on my plate. I'd find enough time to eat and then go back to work.
Right.
So with this coronavirus crisis, all my speeches have been postponed.
So everything is shut down.
Shut down.
So you have an opportunity to do some things you normally would not do, or you have an opportunity to experiment.
Oh, learn some new skills.
And since my husband has decided that he doesn't like the vegan way that I cook because it's lost all of its flavor.
She used to cook really great meals, turkey lasagna, turkey chili.
Lasagna was 30 years ago when
fried
William was a
chicken
baby.
and all sorts of meals.
Fried chicken was 40 years ago before
we used to cook fried chicken. But then she became a vegan. Then she became a vegetarian, then a vegan, and then everything changed. For a number of years, the kitchen shut down when the baby went to college. First our daughter had gone on and started her career, and then our son, the youngest, went away to college. Kitchen shut down. down to the ground. And so we started eating out a lot. And
no.
And
honey,
and you cook three, maybe once a week.
I would cook 1 or 2 meals a week, and it would get on his nerves because I'm like, I could eat the same thing every day.
Because all she eats is grass and beans and
So he would say, I don't want to eat that today, so let's go out and get something. But I'm perfectly happy to eat the same thing every day. But I do understand. So we would have at least 2 different meals a week.
All right.
But
So
that wasn't enough.
Finish telling the story about where we are today.
So today,
I've been cooking. I cooked scallops last night.
he cooks the main dish,
salmon,
the protein dish, because he
seared,
doesn't want the vegetarian items. So I cook the vegetables.
And I cook the meat,
from broccoli,
the fish.
and cauliflower, and kale, and string beans. And he's like, "Where's the meat?
Where's the fish? Where's the poultry? I'm not eating red meat.
So he has been motivated to cook. And I have encouraged him. He does a really great job. He looks really cute in the kitchen.
I need a little chef hat.
And with the butter burning up the pans, though, that's a whole nother
Well, we'll
issue.
work through that.
We're working through cleaning the pans. He cooks on a very high heat. But anyway.
So
the deal was that we are supposed to be, according to the law, that we're supposed to be in and only go out.
For food or medicine.
You're not taking in medicine.
No.
Didn't go to the grocery store. We don't need to go to the grocery store, right?
No.
And you decided that you wanted the Carolina Kitchen collard greens.
Collard greens.
And you know when he did it? He went out to get Carolina collard greens when I was in the shower. Because I would have said, well, why are you going out and exposing us
let me tell you, though,
to the coronavirus to get collard greens?
Dr. Fauci said tonight, that's what prompted me to go. Dr. Fauci said...
Dr. Fauci made him do it.
He made me do it. He said, if you heat up the food, it kills any virus.
Well, and I said, are you going to heat yourself up in the microwave?
Now, let me tell you what I did. I went out to my car. I cleaned my wheels and everything with my sanitizer. Went to the restaurant. Put my mask on. Put my gloves, my rubber gloves on. Took my money out my wallet before I went in. Went in, ordered it. The lady put on brand new gloves. She fixed my plate. I saw her fix it. And then I paid the lady with the money. And then I stayed at 6 to 12 feet away from anybody else. There were only 3 people in the line. I stayed away from them, paid, and then walked back to my car, got in the car, opened the door, took my gloves off, sanitized my hands and the steering wheel, and then I closed the door, sanitized that, drove home. Not touched anything, not been around anybody.
Is the virus in the air really job?
Let me tell you what I told somebody today. My wife is such a germaphobe that, first of all, she hasn't been out hardly any. I've been at least on my bicycle, Rockery Park. I believe she sprays under the door sills after the doors open.
I actually use bleaching water, but I also have spray.
All right, so that's our saga for tonight, and she knows I love her.
And so we have a sense of humor. Because he does not cooperate.
I love her.
He does not. He does not cooperate.
I love her.
So what did I tell you?
He told me I would have to get. I got to get in the microwave with the food.
But then you touched me.
But my hands have been sanitized.
Your hands have been sanitized.
I washed I showered and washed my hands and everything. Now, let's talk about what we're doing. We wanted to talk about during the coronavirus because
what are we doing?
So how do you survive without any other interaction? Just the 2 of us. My son, we talked to him by FaceTime. He hasn't been by. No one has been in his house. No one's been in his house.
For 2 weeks.
For 2 weeks.
A little over 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because I eliminated the interns and you were like upset about that.
I was. I thought that was. But once the NBA shut down, I knew it was serious.
It took the NBA, not me. It took the NBA for him to say, we gotta shut this down.
Y'all see what I live with? This is what I live with. Anyway, how do we survive being all alone. Now, one of my
I had to
friends,
find a sense of humor.
one of my friends sent a message that said that she had some meme that the lady said she was going to kill her husband if the only way they were going to survive is that she had to kill her husband. So it
and
was.
then what? Put him in the refrigerator or something?
Cut him in pieces. So, what do we do to survive? First, you see humor. We have a sense of humor.
It is absolutely necessary.
It's critical. You have humor. Now, we have created some schedule every morning.
Now, bear in mind that we are very different. He's an extrovert. He wants to go out and talk to everybody with the mask on and it just.
We were at the Whole Foods the other night, and I was talking to everybody. I had my mask on. How you doing? How you doing over there? How you doing over there?
He really can't help himself.
And she was shut down. Anybody get close to him, she'd stare at him. I mean, that man was walking by to go to the other aisle. If her eyes were knives, she'd cut him into pieces.
What did they say? They say you have to assume, the medical community says, you have to assume that everybody is infected. If that is the case, you need to stay away from everybody, but I can't stay away from you.
So, here's our routine. Well, we want to talk about a few things. Last week we talked about some of the things.
Some business things.
But we want to talk about some of the business things you need to be thinking about, what we had to do as entrepreneurs, as business owners.
So we wear two hats.
Yeah, but let me go back over last week. We did
a business. Okay.
Don't panic. First thing, don't panic. Don't panic. Don't panic. Panic, taken from the Greek word to choke, from my book, turn setbacks into greenbacks. Don't panic. 7 steps to go from disaster to freedom, or crisis to freedom. Don't panic. Number 1. Panic takes the ability to think clearly. You can't think your way through problems. 1929, people panicked, jumped off of bridges. Second, don't.
They're panicking now.
People are panicking. Suicide rate is up.
How do you know that?
I did research on it. That's one of the reasons I wanted to release the song. Suicide rate among young people is up because they've never seen this before, and also among people who haven't prepared mentally. It's overwhelming. The bad news.
So there's a need to communicate even more, especially people who might be alone in terms of you are sheltered in place. I think that's a better word to put. You're sheltered in place.
That's a better word.
So you don't have anybody to talk to. So maybe you can reach out to them. So how do you do that?
Yeah.
By the
way, if any of you are watching right now, hit the I love this, share this right now. Share. We want more people to be able to know that you're watching and that you're with us. And if you have a question or a comment, send it to us. We'll try and read it. Now, what we're doing, don't panic. Don't willingly participate or commiserate. And that means that we don't want you to get tied up in the gloom and doom. That's why we tell you to limit the amount of television you watch a day, because it can become overwhelming. And if you take a sponge, put it in a bucket of water, it gets to a point where it cannot take any more water, and then it becomes ineffective. So what are we doing during this time? We are quarantined with our spouse, but we're different in that we are a married couple, and then plus we run a business together. So one of the concerns was finances. Mm-hmm. So what we had to do was get control over every penny that we spend, and particularly with our outgoing cash. We're talking, for us, it's mostly the business. And to get control of it simply means to review. We already had control of it, but to review every line item. Every line item, and determine what was absolutely necessary or what could be deferred, versus going into the term forbearance. So I'll explain that. Why don't you do that now? Because that's important. Go ahead. So this is one of the things that we're doing. 3 things we have to focus on. And this is related to our business front. And what we're doing is that we called every creditor. And we're not late with any, if you have credit cards, we're not late with anything. But with all of the information, because I'm reading just like absolutely everything. If people are talking about, we need to call this person, or you need to call this business, or your credit card companies, and all this kind of stuff. So I said, so call every credit card company, every utility. What's the utility? Your gas, your electricity, your water, and your suppliers, the internet. We have Comcast. Your phone, our cell phones, we have Verizon. A car loan,
We don't have any loans.
But some people might. That would be a supplier. If you
Your
got a car,
mortgage.
your mortgage,
You have
or
a mortgage
rent,
or rent.
Mm-hmm.
Your insurances. What kind of insurances do you have? You have if you got a car, you have auto insurance.
Health insurance.
Life insurance. If you're older than 55, you might have long-term care insurance. And then, did you say health insurance?
Health insurance.
So you say, well, you know, the interesting thing is, even though I have all of these things organized, and practically all of them have automatic withdrawals from one of our accounts, everyone did not have a phone number. So a lesson learned for me, with every bill, whatever, everything that I have money going out, I have a phone number now for everything. I have the account, I have how much it is, I have exactly when it comes out. And then I started calling, you call a few, I started calling to say, do you have a policy for deferment? And deferment means a temporary pause in payment. Doesn't mean you're not going to pay.
What's the other one? Forbearance.
And the other one is forbearance. And forbearance was a term that we learned from Barry Banther, who's this wonderful consultant in Florida, is really reframing, asking a company to release you and not pay. I didn't find anybody who talked about forbearance. No, an action of refraining from enforcing the payment of a debt. No, nobody talked about that. But most of the companies, like our auto insurance, for example, said, our company policy is right now that there will be no penalty and no payment due until June.
Wow.
How would I have known? Nobody sent me an email saying that, right?
Right.
We have to be proactive.
You must ask. I called the credit card company, each one of our credit cards. I called each one of our suppliers, and we said, look, we want to make sure we have money, and cash is limited. We don't have no real cash coming in except my little radio show money, my radio money. But I want to pay my staff. I'm gonna pay my people. I told them nobody's getting laid off here, so I'm gonna take care of that out of my own pocket if necessary.
But the other thing, not the main, but the other thing is that you want to hold on to as much liquidity,
as much
cash as possible.
Yep.
So we want to hold on to as much of our money, because it really is a turbulent time, an uncertain time. So you don't know when any new money will be coming in.
And we don't know when this is going to end. I mean, they've said 15 days, and they'll be
right.
up there.
So this really applies to people who are entrepreneurs. So if you're getting a check every 2 weeks or once a month, or you have your retirement stuff, and I have retirement money coming in over here, but is that enough to maintain the kind of lifestyle that I want? I don't want to be concerned about, oh my God, I'm running low here. So to cap it and to say, what can you offer me in the way of help so that I can be comfortable with the uncertainty, to control every dollar. So if you are not sure as to how long your money will last, call every credit card company, every utility,
every supplier,
and say,
what are your
because
policies?
of the coronavirus, I am concerned. I might not be late with anything.
Mm-hmm. But so you know what the options are.
Right.
Now, next,
you can prepare.
We get a schedule. We still have a schedule for our lifestyle. So she still gets up 5 o'clock, 5:30. She's up in the gym, and
No. I have one other thing I want to say about that related to organizing the business. So, for some, it's a little unpleasant. But in terms of organizing and collecting and categorizing all of your important papers, because some people are just going to die.
Some people are going to die because
our loved ones, right?
Yeah, or
and then we are not going to be prepared, because we're like, oh my God, if you get the coronavirus, it's a pretty quick turnaround in terms of demise if that person passes away. Then are we prepared? Are we prepared for? How do we keep the electricity on? Do I know where the mortgage payment comes out of? Do I know what the mortgage company is? Do I know
the old saying? So here's the saying: Expect the best.
Prepare for the worst or doomsday.
Prepare for the worst so that you are covered.
Right. So that we are ready. Your family can have immediate access in a hurry if you need something.
Right.
Okay, you have health insurance. What's the name of your health insurance? So if you got to go to the hospital, do they have that information readily available? Have you had that uncomfortable conversation? And more of us need to have those uncomfortable conversations now. So 2 things this evening. So 1, call everybody that you ever owed anything to. If you have no debt, nothing, and you're living out in the wilderness, don't you have to pay utilities? Good for you. Everybody else, call a credit card company, get your utilities, find out what the worst case scenario is, and then how they can help you. And then you have that in your back pocket. And then have the conversation with the people that you love as to where your important stuff. And it might not, and for some of you who like, I can't tell my spouse where the money is, then find somebody.
You got to talk. Look, we talk about the money. But there should be no hidden agendas, no hidden accounts anyway. We say that in the book, chapter number 10, Count the Cost, Money Matters, that our friend Michelle Singletary from The Color of Money said it's critically important that there is no hidden agendas, no hidden money from anybody in a relationship. Y'all should be talking to each other.
Especially now in challenging times. Especially now.
That's right.
You need to know where the important papers, where the monies are, so your loved ones can deal with whatever comes up.
Particularly the health insurance and life insurance. You need to know where those papers
Yes.
are. Okay, now let's go on to the next thing. Our lifestyle. We have a lifestyle that keeps us surviving with each other here in this home where we are not having any interaction with anybody else physically. So she gets up every morning at 5:30.
See, he doesn't know.
I don't know what time. I don't know what time she gets up. I have no idea. I know it's before 5.
So I start waking up about 4:30 in the morning. So I get up, it's still dark, and I do my routine. I have reading and prayer time, and I do yoga in the attic. Then now the schedule just because I come down to the main floor and I start doing research on what grants and loans are available as a small business person, what small business loans and monies are out there. And a lot of the things that I'm reading, there are a lot of different monies in a lot of different states. The challenge is the level of the paperwork and dealing with the different websites that require different, Browsers. And that has been my frustration, but I have to calm myself and work through it because there's money out there and we have to get it. You have to apply for it, especially if you're sitting in the house.
Right. And small businesses, and because we refuse to lay off any of our employees, they're really incentives for that. So she's up. She's down here by the time I wake up. Then I will do 1 or 2 things. I will go upstairs to my bike in the attic and ride that while I read my scriptures. So my daily routine is wake up, look up. If our eyes open up, I say thank you, Lord, for another day. I get up. I go roll out of bed, fall on my knees, thank God for a day. I pray for my wife, pray for my children, pray for my friends, pray for my family, and ask that God would make this plague jump over our house and our friends and families' homes. And then pray for those who I know who are struggling with their health. Then I go to the bathroom, come back, and then I take my temperature. We both take our temperature.
Oh, we do. I take my temperature when I wake up and go to the bathroom.
We both have digital thermometers right next to our bed. Take our temperature.
And then I record it on the mirror.
And she records
mine on the mirror,
and then,
along with my weight.
And then I go for either up to the attic, read my scriptures while I'm working out, or I read my scriptures and then take a walk. Then I'll take a walk like this morning. One of the nice days, I took a nice walk over to Carter Barron. Keep my social distancing from people. If they even get close.
He could walk around the yard. That's a whole nother story.
I take my walk, come back, and then we are on our Zoom call at 10:30 with our staff call where everybody's virtual. We do our chant. Here's the chant. For those who don't know the chant, I want to make sure you understand how important it is for affirmations during this very difficult time. We do it as a family. We do it as an organization.
You.
So y'all can repeat after me. I am healthy.
I'm healthy.
I am wealthy.
I'm wealthy.
I am happy.
I'm happy.
I am whole.
I'm whole.
I feel terrific.
I feel terrific.
I am blessed and highly favored.
I'm blessed and highly favored.
This is the day
that
the Lord has made, and I will rejoice.
And I will rejoice.
And be glad in
and
it.
Be glad in
and
it.
I pray.
And I pray.
Send prosperity,
today.
And I'm going to do all I
And
can
I'll do all I can
to make it come this way.
to make it come this way.
Amen.
Amen.
And we do that every morning. So, look, our time is just about up. But if you want that chant, it's at jollygoodnews.org. jollygoodnews.org. And it's in the message drop down. If you want to hear the song, in fact, you go to winwithwillie.com. It's we've created a one place you can get all my websites. winwithwillie.com. You can hear the song, the new music video. We'll get through this. You can go through the different sites that we have, whether it's my business site, Jolly Good News site, our marriage site, our Attitude of Excellence side, our youth. You want something for your youth to motivate them while you're in this home situation. We got materials there. We want something for everybody. But we want you to survive and thrive. We want to give you help, hope, and happiness during this quarantine. And we will get through this. We will get through this. Keep the faith. Stay positive. Our time is up. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you all. Let's see. My buddy Kenny Jones. Cheryl Roan Fells is watching. My dear friend. And Phyllis Russell. My dear friends. I love them. And so many others are joining on. Hey, look. Do me a favor. Share this with Lottie, Dottie, and everybody. Tell them about Happily Married Mondays with the Jollies. We want to save 1 million marriages. Enhance 1 million more.
So nobody has to die.
Nobody has to die. They just stay together. I love you. Look, this is Dr. Willie Jolly.
This is Dee Taylor-Jolley.
And we hope you enjoy your time together. And for sure, your best is yet to come.
Jolly out.
Jolly out. God bless you.